Hello everyone, VegasVic1965, and I'm here on the Adults Play Java. It's the Adults Play Java server, and in this week's video we're going to be looking at villagers and their workstations. Something I haven't done for a couple releases since 1.14.4. So there's been a number of changes. A lot of them are very, very good, I think, making it a lot easier. So without further ado, let's find out. Okay, welcome back everyone, VegasVic1965 here on the Adultscraft AP Java server, and we're standing out in front of the School of Hard Blocks. Now, the villagers and the workstations have changed somewhat since 1.14 first came out, where the villagers could just swap workstations and select something they couldn't even pathfind to, but that has since changed, and the workstations are still pretty much the same, with the exception of we have one workstation now that is available for use, and that's to upgrade your gear to the netherite gear. So the smithing table is now working, but we still have the other ones: blast furnace armorsmith, smoker for the butcher, cartography table for the cartographer, brewing stand cleric, composter for the farmer, barrel for the fisherman. You got a fletching table for the fletcher, grindstone for the weaponsmith, as we mentioned, smithing table for the toolsmith, loom for the shepherd, and a stone cutter for the mason, which I love. Those guys are great. You can get all the blocks you want from them, including quartz. So no more wasting many hours in the nether trying to get all your quartz that you need, unless you need them for crafting, like repeaters and comparators. Lectern for the librarian, and also the cauldron for the leatherworker. I'm here at the AP Western Town that I made, and what I want to mention first on these is cycling. When you're setting up your villager, which we're going to do in a moment, to give them a profession, there's really only two that I'm aware of that really you can cycle through to get what you're looking for. One is going to be the composter, that's the farmer, and the other one is going to be the librarian, of course, those enchanting books. So let's go inside and take a look and see how it's done. Okay, now we are inside the school of the hard blocks, but I kind of like the floor. The only problem with that is I would love to have that done on the ceiling, but if you put this crafting table on the ceiling, it ends up looking just like a normal wood block. But one thing that's very important that you want to do before you start cycling through your villagers is to ensure that you have the materials in hand to trade them, because what they will do if you don't is an example would be if you set down a lectern for a librarian, and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's mending for 10. Wow, that's incredible! But I don't have the emeralds for the bookshelves I need to trade, or I don't have the paper to trade him to lock in that trade. Because if you don't lock in that trade, then it's a very good chance he's going to switch. So you could be running out and getting paper now that you found something good, and when you come back, he's something different. Not that he's not a librarian, it's just that his trades have changed. So be aware, make sure that you have plenty of items on hand, like I have here, for farmers and for my librarians, and I also have some emeralds to get ready. So make sure you have that on hand before you start doing your cycling. So to cycle these villagers to get what you want, with the other workstations, you pretty much just set down and it's the luck of the draw. But like I said, with the farmers and with the librarians, you have a chance to cycle through at least to get something that you're looking for. Let's do a librarian first. Now, before in 1.14 that I mentioned, when it first came out, these guys, I could set a workstation down, and any of these guys could pick up on it. That's because they could claim any workstation within 47 blocks, and that was kind of a mess. So what has been changed is, now that if they're bordered off and they cannot pathfind to it, then the only workstation they're going to accept is going to be a workstation that they're able to get to. And in this case, it's going to be whatever I set down right here. Now I'm going to set it, my trading hall is a little bit different, I'm sure yours is as well, but I set it right here to where he can't get underneath, so I can actually cycle through. And he should, at 8 o'clock, start changing into a librarian. And there he is. It must be. As you can see with my clock below, we have a data pack here on the Adultscraft Java server that shows the time. So I know between 8 o'clock and 3 o'clock is the time that I can actually cycle through these villagers. You can too, but it's 2,000 ticks to 9,000 ticks. So if you do have a clock or a data pack handy that you can set up for it, it makes it so much easier. Let's see what he's got for trade. Feather falling 4 for 22. It's actually not half bad. Now I'm going to list all the books that are available in the different levels and the price ranges that you can get. The best you can get for level 4 is going to be 14, and for Feather falling 4 for 22 for the first shot right out of the bag is actually not bad. Because what I plan on doing, now I'm not. These guys are all going to be farmers. That was just to show you that you can cycle through. If you didn't like what you saw, you break the workstation, and then you can set it back down again, and he will go back to unemployed, and then eventually, come on, villager, this is your cue. And he's taking his sweet time. There we go. This time he's got sharpness 1. We don't like that either. If you don't like what you see, then you just go right ahead and pick up the workstation and then reset it back down again. And normally it's almost instantaneous that they switch back and forth. This guy, on the other hand, is a little slow, so I think he's not the one we want to try and use right now. Let's go over and try one of the other guys. There we go. He has projectile protection 3 for 16. Not really. Break the workstation. You'll see he'll go back to unemployed, and that's as simple as it is. Now for the farmers, on the other hand, that is basically a choice that you would make depending on what you want to trade him. Me personally, and he has not accepted the workstation yet as a farmer. For some reason, things are running a little slow for these guys. I'll try another villager over here. There we go. Perfect. This is what I was mainly looking for. So what I want to do right now, since I have those ready, is I'm going to trade him. Now just one trade will lock him in that profession. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to have a farmer with potatoes and carrots. Why? Because I used to do redstone farms, but I find that farming it manually is so more relaxing now. But also with a fortune pickaxe or an axe, you can actually get more carrots. The yield will be higher on carrots and potatoes. So you get more bang for your buck and more emeralds for those. And what's even better is last week, I think it was last week, I put out a video on an easy way without any redstone to change your villagers back and forth from zombie village zombie villager to a regular villager, and doing that twice. I'll also post a link for that to get all these prices pretty much down to 1. Now out of the farmer's trade, it's pretty much a crapshoot to see if you can get him to trade both melons and pumpkins, which is also great because once you do a couple of zombie villager conversions on him, these will be down to 1. So having a group of farmers will net you tons of emeralds for those. So anyway, cycling through the villagers and their workstations is that simple, guys. It's so much easier now. If they cannot pathfind to it, then they will not claim it, unlike 114. So 116 and 115 have been, 115 was great, 116 is great also. So this makes it so much easier to cycle through your villagers. Again, the best ones really that you want to try and cycle through are going to be your farmers and also your librarians to get the books that you need. Well, that was a quick and easy tutorial, hopefully painless. And until next week's video, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you like the video, click the like button. If you would like to subscribe, please click that subscribe button. It costs absolutely nothing, but it lets me know that I'm making content that you guys really enjoy. So until next week's video, thank you very much, guys, and I will see you then. Goodbye.